everyone, so today I wanted to share with you this amazing haul video. It's not amazing because it was great bargains, although there was some good buys in here, but it was more amazing because it's the first time I'm based in Australia and it's the first time I've ordered from overseas. And so I did order a fair bit and spent a bit of money, but a lot of the things that I purchased you either can't purchase in Australia, or B, they're really, really expensive. So because I was going to pay for the postage, I made a point to purchase a significant amount so it was worth actually paying for the postage. So it's ordered from scrapbook.com, and I had an amazing time looking at all of the items that they had for sale there, and looking at all of the things that we just really struggled to get in Australia, and just the variety that was on their website was awesome. So I would encourage, if you're going to have a look at purchasing and ordering from overseas, to check out scrapbook.com. Don't forget though that it is in US dollars, so you'll need to do the conversion rate to figure out how much it is actually going to cost you. But I thought I'd take you through what I bought, and I don't have all of the prices in front of me because I remember roughly how much they were in US dollars, but I didn't do the conversion for each product. But it's definitely still did save myself some money. I was sort of trying to roughly figure out how much it would cost me to buy in Australia, and yeah, it was still probably cheaper looking at the conversion rate and also including the postage on there as well. So I managed to grab this Tim Holtz punch, which is a pinked circle punch. I really like the pinked dies that you see people using on YouTube, but I haven't been able to purchase them, and apparently they no longer make them. So I was pretty excited to get this pink circle punch that is, I don't know if you can see how big the circle is there, but it's, like obviously the dies are better because you get lots of different sizes, but this is the next best thing, and that's about the size that I would be looking at using the most. So I grabbed that just from Tim Holtz. Also grabbed this Knockouts little heart punch. So I do have a couple of heart punches and I do have a heart die, but nothing that small and cute, so I really liked that and grabbed that as well. I've got the Amy Tan washi tapes, which I believe Spotlight may have had very briefly. I know they had the collection that went with this, but I actually didn't see it in my local Spotlight store, and they were actually quite expensive whenever I did see the Amy Tan washi tapes, so I picked up those. I really like how thin they are, and I really like the patterns that are included on there as well. So you get 6 in a pack, and they are very thin, and there's a fair bit of washi on there, so I was pretty excited by that. And I think I'm actually going to put them on a ring binder and hang them up because they're very different in shape to the rest of my washi tapes. I've seen Amy Tan do this before, and that's how she kind of stores them, and so I'm actually going to store them very similar to that. So I did contemplate storing all of my washies like that, but I think the thin ones work better on this size of clips, and I don't have any bigger clips, so I'll definitely hang those up somewhere and use those on a regular basis, I'm sure. I also picked up some sticky labels. So I really struggle. We get a lot of the 12 by 12 stickers sheets, but they are quite expensive, usually about $5 a sheet, and so I really like some of these smaller ones that just have a few sticky labels on there. So I got 2 of these ones, which are Izzy Boys label stickers, and then I got 1 of each of these. So I've got Milo Little Things and Dorothy Pretty, and just really like some of those label sort of style stickers, and yeah, I was hoping to stock up on my sticker supplies, and I think they worked out around about $1.50 a sheet, which we would pay more for those in Australia anyway. I grabbed some Heidi Swap. Now these are planner stickers, but I thought they would look good on layouts. I quite like the flowers and the gold foil. I don't know if you can see on camera there, but those words and love hearts are in a gold foil. So you get 15 stickers in that pack. I have been looking for this die forever and haven't been able to find it. I found a couple of websites in Australia that you could order it from, but it was really, really expensive, so usually around about the $30 mark, and in US dollars I think this was about $15 or $16 or something, so you know, a little bit cheaper. And because I was placing the order anyway, I thought I may as well add this to my set of dies. Really like the scripted word, love the globe, and this will come in really handy and be quite versatile for lots of different projects. Speaking of dies, I picked up the Tim Holtz Scribble and Splats dies. I think that these will be very, very versatile, great for layering. Particularly love the love hearts and the circles, and they come as just separate dies in the pack, so I'll open it up so you can have a look. But they store as like a sleeve, and each of the dies are in there separately. But yeah, I think they will create some beautiful layered effects on the projects, like scrapbooking and even card making. That love heart on sort of a Valentine's Day card would be beautiful, or this this swirl sort of behind something will be fantastic. So I'm really, really excited to get to use those, and hopefully you'll see me using those in an upcoming video. I also picked up some of these flair. So again, something that I struggle to find in Australia, and when I do, they're really, really expensive. So I grabbed these flair. I thought they were really, really cute, pretty colours, and they were very, very cheap. They're only like a couple of dollars each pack. So I grabbed 2 of those, and I also grabbed 2 packets of the Chamel, I think she calls them plastic buttons, which coordinate with her Starshine collection. So I did recently purchase the 12x12 paper pad for that collection, and thought that these would be really cute to go with it. And they're really versatile anyway, so you know, cameras, and this one says True Story light globe, so I really quite like those, so I picked up 2 of those. Also grabbed some enamel hearts. These are Amy Tan, and I have seen these in Australia, but they were I think $7.99 or something like that, and US they were I think $3.99, so they're a little bit cheaper to purchase them from overseas, and yeah, so I decided to grab those. I think what my philosophy was that because I was I was going to buy from overseas anyway, I may as well make the order worthwhile, and so I was looking at things that I had been already looking at or couldn't get in Australia, and adding those kind of items to my order, as long as I save myself some money in the long run. So I was pretty excited by those. Also picked up a Tim Holtz stencil. I love all of Tim Holtz's stencils, and I hadn't seen them in Australia before. After I purchased it, I actually did find a craft store, which is probably an hour or so from my place, that did stock the Tim Holtz stencils, but I think, you know, I would have, including the conversion rate, paid maybe just over $10 or so for this one. And in the craft store in my place, it was actually $20 for the Tim Holtz stencils, so I've definitely saved myself some money there. I picked up these what they call bits and pieces, so they're simple stories and snap. So this one, I'll just turn over the back, I won't open them up, but you can see there's lots of different pieces in there. So there's some word phrases, some labels, numbers, and symbols, and lots of different things in there. So I thought they were quite versatile, and they were only a couple of dollars each. And then I really like this one as well, which is Simple Stories Life in Colour. So that's one of their latest collections, and you can see very similar there. So there's numbers and labels and word phrases and lots of different versatile things in there. And they actually have a lot of silver foil in this collection, so that happy there, I don't know if you can say happiness, I think it is, has some silver foil on there, and that globe has a bit of silver foil. So I thought that they'd be quite versatile for layering, and again, we don't tend to have a lot of this available in Australia. I grabbed these Amy Tan foil thickers in blue. For some reason, you know, I can't seem to find a lot of blue thickers, and so I thought that these would be a good addition. I'm not a huge fan of foil, glittery thickers, but I quite like that blue tone. I really wanted to just sort of, you know, get some plain blues, but this is the next best thing. And again, thickers are really expensive in Australia, at least $10 a packet. So thought that I would grab those. A couple of sticker sheets that I got as well. So this one is an Echo Park Our Family, but I think it works quite well in the colours in this Simple Stories Life in Colour. And I also have another, I think it's Simple Stories sticker sheet that these colours would go well in, so I thought that that was a good purchase as well. Again, back to Amy Tan, because I love her stuff, is her clear stickers. So there's 2 sheets, one on either side, and they're quite good for layering, and I have the paper pack that goes with these stickers. So yeah, thought that it would work quite well with some of the supplies I already had. I picked up a couple of papers as well. So I picked up this one, which I hadn't heard of this company before. And I'm just trying to, oh, so Webster's Pages do it, but it's a particular designer I hadn't heard of before, called Adrian Lumen, I think. And it's Peace and Friendship, and I really only picked it up for this side because I thought that these would cut out really well and create wonderful embellishments. And I'm always looking for ways to create my own embellishments to save myself a bit of money rather than having to pay for expensive embellishments. And you could layer some of these up, and I think it would work really well. So I grabbed 2 of those because they were really, really cheap. They were sort of, you know, under $1 each. Had seen this paper used before, so this is an Echo Park paper from the Everyday Eclectic. I have a feeling it might have been Chamel that used this paper before, and I really like the hexagons and the colours in this pattern, and I like the idea of maybe even cutting out bits of it and putting it behind photos and layering it up like that. Not a huge fan of it as a whole sheet because I do think it's quite a busy pattern, but definitely sort of, you know, cutting out random sort of hexagons and using it behind a photo would work really well. Or potentially like cutting off a strip and using the strip of colour and then building your page around those particular colours would work. So I got pretty excited at this one. I don't really like the reverse side that much, so I did actually pick up 3 of those because I felt like it was quite versatile and could be used in lots of different ways. You could also cut out the individual hexagons and use them as layering for embellishment as well. So I grabbed 3 of those. And then I picked up a couple of sticker sheets. So this is the Everyday Eclectic collection as well. So I picked up the 12x12 sticker sheet for that, which has a lot of different things on. So there's sort of more labels, there's more pictures, there's some border strips and things like that. So I thought that that would work quite well. And because I'd already grabbed the previous Everyday Eclectic papers, that this that would tie in quite well with those papers as well. And then I grabbed the Life in Colour, which goes back to this one, the 12x12 sticker sheet. So again, tying in well. So I was looking for things that I had already purchased and things that I quite like the colour of and that would be used well. And then this one is Creative Agenda, which by Echo Park, which I've not seen this one before, but I, again, quite like the colours and a lot of the labels and things like that, and thought that it would be quite versatile. I really like these like roller phrase stickers, and then you choose which sticker you're going to include in the roller phrase, so you can mix and match the different colours down the bottom as well, and I thought that was quite versatile. Quite like the border strips, and there's some really cute things in there, and a little sort of the emoticon kind of style things, the little sad faces, and yeah, so there's lots and lots and lots on that sheet. The main reason I started looking was that I was hoping to purchase Chamel's original collection, which is called Lovely, I think. This is what got me interested in Chamel's stuff to start with. Was I really, I saw this collection and I thought it was beautiful. I love the colours and the patterns of the paper, and I couldn't get it in Australia. Every website that had it available was sold out by the time I went looking for it, and so I started looking on overseas websites, and this is kind of what started the whole crazy order. But yeah, absolutely amazing. Again, with Chamel's collections, they all have sort of cut apart sheets, which makes it quite versatile. Love that matte print. The cameras, anytime you have cameras, you can use them as a strip or cut out individual cameras. And then there's some really sort of toned down pattern papers in here. So You know, this one would make a great background. Love the love hearts again. You could, you know, trim out the love hearts or have it as a strip or have it as a, you know, like a mat for something. Really versatile kind of papers. I'd like to cut out some of the words on this and include, you know, a love heart and sort of a banner and that kind of thing. You could use it as a background, but I'm all for cutting things apart wherever possible and getting the most out of my papers. This is probably not my favourite paper, but I wonder whether you could cut out the numbers and use the numbers in a more creative way, or just use it as a very thin border around a photo or a mat just to use that colour without actually showing what the pattern is underneath, because I think the pattern is very busy. But I do love this one. The tone on tone is quite beautiful. Probably wouldn't cut these words out because it's a little, there's sort of not as much room and they overlap a little bit, but definitely as a background paper. I love it, and I love the little love hearts as well. Again, it's like the other love hearts. You could use it as a strip or as a whole sheet or as a mat, or you know, even use this punch to punch out the love heart with a white border around it. Lots of versatile ways to use this one. It's very much like the polka dot, good as a background or as a layering piece of paper. Quite like that sort of, it's a distressed look as well, which is quite good. This one is very plain, but yeah, would create a very interesting kind of border. You could cut this strip out and use it, you know, as a border strip, or one of the things I saw Chanel do recently in a video was use a piece of this and then circle a particular number that she wanted to draw attention to. Again, probably not my favourite, but could be cut out as individual squares or diamonds and used as embellishment, or you know, to create some interest on quite a plain background. I really like this one with sort of ombre stripe effect. Yeah, and there's another cut apart sheet which is absolutely beautiful colours and yeah, creates some interest. This one you could cut apart, use as a strip, add little embellishments to it, that kind of thing, so very interesting. Same again, beautiful. I don't know how I'd use this. I'm not sure I'm sold on all the colours across, but you know, potentially as a strip of paper, I would definitely use each of the colours individually. I love this one. Just think it's a little bit eclectic, I guess. So you could trim out individual things, or you could use it as a mat. Very busy background, but potentially if you were to create a border, sort of anchor it a little bit and then create a few layers on top, it could look quite good as a vintage sort of background. And there's some more cut apart sheets which are 4x6, so a little bit bigger for journaling, and you know, you could trim out these words if you wanted to, and cut this bit off and use just that "oh so lovely darling" and use this as a journaling box separately. So quite versatile in that respect. These ones again, you know, would be great for cutting apart if you wanted to, or keep it as a whole sheet. This one's so pretty. It's such a beautiful peachy colour, and I'm not a huge fan of pink, but it's a very pretty pattern. And then there's sort of the bigger sort of circles and then the flecks of white across the top. So almost looks like it should be textured or layered in some way. But yeah, very, very pretty paper. This is very similar to the pink one we saw a moment ago, where you could use it as a whole sheet, or you could cut out the individual pieces and use it as embellishment. Love the ledger. Could be used as a whole sheet or just, you know, pieces trimmed out. You know, this would be great for, you know, if you were doing some science kind of style layout. You could cut out the circle love heart, and you know, this bit would be great for journaling. So yeah, very, very versatile papers. Love this one as well. Same thing, you could use the numbers, or you could use the top, or have it as a whole sheet as well. And then I think, oh, yep, we go back to the beginning. So you get a double of each of those. So absolutely love and very excited to use this. So hopefully you'll see some of these coming up in some of my layouts in the future. But I am very excited about all of my purchases that I made. You know, lots of new stickers and lots of new bits and pieces to use. I did try to do a little bit of a balance between what I call consumables, so things that you use and once you use them they're gone, but also to include some things that I will use time and time again. So the dies and the punches are something, and you know, the washi tapes could be included in that because I haven't used a roll of washi tape yet. You know, every piece of washi tape that I've ever purchased has continued to be used. Yeah, I haven't kind of gone through a whole roll yet. Even some of my favourites, I've still got a little bit left on the roll. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super excited to start sharing some layouts using these supplies, and yeah, thanks for watching. Scrapbook.com definitely have some great products on there, so if you want to check it out, I'll include a link below today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.